The views and opinions expressed in this interview are those of the interviewees and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of HeavieTalk Media and TheBlack.Blog. HeavieTalk Media and TheBlack.Blog do not endorse any products, services, or businesses advertised and is not liable for any products or services purchased.
My purpose is to help Black women get, for the lack of better words, let's get in the right state of mind. Let's get our mental health on point so we can take over the world, because I believe we can. What's stopping us is our mental health, past traumas from not just family that we know, but ancestors from slavery. And my goal is to go deep, to uproot all of that, your trauma, your grandmama trauma, the other grandma, all the way back, so we can get to a place where you know your power and know how you can create the life that you deserve.
Tell people that you know a Black inventor. It's wonderful. It's not too many Black inventors no more. Now, it's we're 5%. And back in the day, we invented everything. And most people don't know we invented everything.
Right.
So it's a disappointment now. So it's okay, I gotta show people that a Black girl still can invent some stuff. I'm Madam CJ Walker over here. How you doing?
So that's why self-care, skincare is so important, because it is an organ. It does matter, and it's the first thing people see on you. And unfortunately, people do judge based off of how your skin looks. You may not even have control over your acne, your eczema, your psoriasis. This is stuff that you have no control over, but people will judge you for it. Nevertheless, this is where you come in as a person and say, you know what, I may not be completely satisfied with my skin, but at least I can start working on my skin to heal it. Because again, it's an organ. You wouldn't ignore your heart, so why would you ignore your skin?
It just changes the whole atmosphere. It changes your whole environment. It's great for self-care. Candles are the greatest gift for anything. So to me, those are some of the best benefits of candles. It'll take you from this place to that place in a light of a flame.
And I knew I wanted to do something that really positively affected public health and positively affected Black women. And so I was fascinated by human milk and breastfeeding. I had two really great breastfeeding experiences, though very different. I had phenomenal support in the hospital, which I later came to realize was I was the exception and not the rule. And so I knew I wanted to help increase Black women's initiation and duration rates as related to breastfeeding, because it's so much more than milk.
The other thing is efficiency. If there's a lot of errors, meaning if there's errors on the claim or errors or things not getting followed up in a timely manner, that slows down the revenue cycle. And the last time I checked, none of these doctors are nonprofit. They want to get paid. They want to get their money, and that's the real thing. You know, when I worked as a drug rep and a device rep, it was real. Doctors would do cases. It's a certain dollar value tied to that. So you have to make sure your product is there, your product is on time, it's sterile, whatever the case may be. So I learned these things knowing that world that we live in with the medical in the medical field.
Well, one of the reasons, again, I went into healthcare is because some of the challenges that I faced as a Black woman, as a Black parent, simply not being listened to. Right. And if you listen to a person, you can find out a lot about them, but also what are those factors, as I stated, that's impacting your health. That's one of my major challenges is I'm having people who come to me because they weren't listened to by their providers. And to me, that's a disservice. And you can't impact the health of a community if you're not listening to what the community has to say.
A lot of times friends or family are not the one that are even purchasing. It's usually strangers, or, you know, they hear about you through word of mouth, or, oh, let me try it. If you're lucky, friends or family will repost your stuff. But a lot of times friends and family is like, well, we know you, and okay, maybe, or, well, girl, I don't want to pay full price. You know, you my cousin. Why don't you go ahead and do such and such? And so, yeah, you're not going to get rich off of friends and family.